Alright, let's do our tests that we always do whenever we start, which is gonna be loading up the stream, see if my mic's working, see if the game's working, all that fun stuff after we watch our 15-second ad. So I'm not quite sure what we're doing after Owl 3-2. So hold on, let me test my sheet. Owl 3-2. Alright, sick, that's working. Okay, it's just the game son. Yeah, alright. So I'm not gonna. I don't know what the frick we're doing after this owl. I think we're doing one more like optional boss before we do the final boss. Some sheet. So if I do complete this guy today, depending how much time I have left in the stream, I might switch over to Assassin's Creed. Just because I don't want to mess up anything. You know me, I mess up shit all the time. But yeah, I don't know if this guy's gonna take me 3 hours. It might, cause I freaking suck. But only way to find out, right? So the usual, you know, like hour-ish to warm up, kind of, hopefully. Maybe less than that. Wait, did I check if I can dodge it? Okay. Okay. That's so wrong. That is, I don't know how I dodged it. Okay. I didn't stagger that. Alright, no, that's cool. What the okay. Okay, I respect it. Not really. I think I. Oh, God. Oh. Okay. There was nothing. Dude, I was trapped in the corner. I couldn't even jump out. That's hooked up. That's hooked up. Ow. What, dude? Why does he have a camera always do that? It's rude, okay? Lucky with that sheet. Wow. Wow, that was ow. Huh? Okay. Okay. Oh, okay. Oh, that's a thrusting attack. I could have definitely. I don't know why I rolled back. That was the thrusting attack. Probably could have won that. Whoops. Let's see, why do you choose when I can do that shit? Why can't you just do that all the time? No. What the? So tough. So dope. Also, why do I feel like this little sidestep thing should be like bound to like control like this? Because anytime I want to just go over, I automatically just like do that little move. And like, what if I don't want to do that? I don't know why I didn't, Alright. So, what the food? What the food? What the food? Oh, nice attack, Nick. I didn't even mean to do that. I was just pressing buttons. Oh, huh? Wait, how did I dodge that? Whoa, what? Okay, I didn't fucking. Alright. How? What? Dude, how the fuck did I dodge that thrusting attack? What the fuck? Oh, what the fuck? Can you fucking go in? Thank you. Oh, I should have let him do that. Wow, that me accidentally getting hit by those fireworks actually saved my freaking life. Supposed to take longer than that. Ah, okay. I mean, that was almost a good trade. Not really though. I know I'm gonna get hit on that. Why do I dodge it? Why? Why did I sidestep? That's right, that's right. Okay. I like it. I'm using a lot of heals. I had to fight this guy 2 times. How the fuck am I gonna do that? No. Okay. I didn't really want to go for 3, but I guess I'm going for 3. Are you gonna like let me like heal maybe? Oh. God, what the? Alright, well, I guess this is, see you later, moment. Okay, I knew he was gonna do that, but I some reason I decided to do, haha, not that. Okay. To be honest, it survived a lot longer than I thought it was with one shot. That was so like we used what 9 potions to get what half his health. Oh, okay. No, we got this. I gotta not tank the firework hit. I keep trying to do it, or firecracker, call it, whatever it's called. I gotta not tank that shit because it freaking my bar goes crazy and it does damage to me, which is freaking not worth it. I don't know how to dodge it though. That's the problem. If I don't want to tank it, how the frick do I dodge it? What the food? Oh, did he kick me as I hit him with the? Well, that's not fair. Okay, that's kind of dumb. Dude, why is it so dark in here? What did I do to my lights, bro? I didn't do shit. I didn't touch my lights. What? So you can hit my sheep, but I can't hit nothing, though. Being able to parry that. What do you know? I tanked it again. I did press shift multiple times during that. It's like, God, I should have dodged it. To the other side. Nice. Again, saved my life. Thank you. It's a thing called hitting the boss. It's not that difficult to do. Now, okay. Want the food? No, that's fine. We got this. I'll use the money all day. Remember. Not break his movements at all. There's a thing called healing. Oh, I guess not. Alright, ow. I don't know why I started that. What? Oh shit, I couldn't see the frickin' thing. No, that doesn't count. I couldn't even see the frickin' thing pop up. Frickin' power. Shit. Alright, you know what? It's fine. No, that's good. It's good. It's good. It's a good warm up. Good warm up. It's a good warm up. We got this. Easy money. Here we go. Alright. Did not mean to press that. Alright, this is a good warm up. Here we go. Here we go. That is totally worth doing at the start of the fight. That is 120% worth it. Yeah. Nice. Like that. Usually I do is shit right now. Caught it. Okay. Taked it. Almost lost one more though. Oh ho ho ho. Oh no. Bad timing. My freaking sound went out. Oh crap. Crap. Not good timing, sir. Dude, that move is so freaking overpowered. Holy frick. You can let me pop a heal off or what? Okay, I tried alt tabbing. I forgot you can't do that and the game does not pause. I just died 2 times, didn't I? No, we're good. I won't be able to hear sheet for like 5 minutes. Because I didn't take into consideration that my freaking sound goes out every 6 hours. Oh. Wow, dude. Nice. Wow, dude, you had him. Dude, you had how many potions left? Bro, what? Oh, I think you guys can't hear sheet either. Oh, yeah, you guys can't hear anything either because I have it set not through OBS anymore. Ha! That's great. Okay, well, it's going to be pretty freaking quiet for the next, like, 214 seconds. Usually, I only turn my computer on, whenever I'm, like, about to stream because I'll be getting home about right about now. But because I'm off for quite a while, things are a little different. Turn my computer on to prepare for resetting my Windows today. And I forgot I should have attempted to reset it before I started my stream so I wouldn't have this issue. Okay. I gotta talk a lot then because this is the only sound that's being played through the stream. There's no way that wasn't in range. Whoa. Are you for real? There's no freaking way, dude. God damn, that does so much damage, dude. It's freaking great. Dude. If I had stuff for it, that's I can't dodge that. If I had freaking spirit for it, bro, it'd be freaking cracked. What am I doing? What the frick is happening? Hello? Okay. Yeah. Yeah. You're supposed to run it when I do that. Why gotta be so difficult? Yeah, you're shooting a lot of attacks right now. Okay. I don't know why it healed. It's just instinct. I thought I had less health. What? Okay. What? Did it hit me? Okay, walk into this. Or not. Okay, nah, that's cool. I freaking love that. What the fuck? What? What the what the fuck? Okay. You know you're staggered. I don't know why you decided to heal. I'm pretty sure I just used 2 potions by accident. That's freaking great. Uh, that's fantastic. Okay. My son's back in about 20 seconds. Why did I go for 2 right there? Why did I go for healing? You know you don't have potions left. Oh boy. Alright, this might be the furthest we get, but I'm kind of like testing out this This whole strategy with this freaking thing, dude, this is freaking OP. I walk into my sheep. Yeah, dude, that's so freaking. If I can just do nothing but that, dude, I'm freaking solid. Just gotta wait for a move where I know he's gonna stand still for a while, dude. Just go 1-2 slap on him. Pretty much like this move right here. 1, 2, freaking then dip away. Easy. When I do that through the whole fight, his bar is very close to being freaking done. I don't have health to tank that. Oh my god, I freaking got his first phase. No, I didn't. Nah, homie. Nah. Nah. Bro, his little dot appeared and then it freaking. Nah. His freaking dot appeared and then it. I was like, what, like a second late? And then he just freaking regen that sheet. Hit him like 5 more times. The speed still didn't go down. Yeah, well, now I know the strat. That's so freaking overpowered. Plus, it gives a lot of freaking what's it called. I'm trying to understand the points of when I do it now. Plus, it negates that, which is nice because he sits like that for a hot minute. Freaking have a tiny bit more range on me. Nah, I got the strat now. We're freaking killing this beach. Walk out of that. Walk into that. Yeah. Nice. Free hit, my guy. Yeah, I'm freaking killing this guy this stream, bro. There's no shot. I should have been using that first when I first started fighting this guy, dude. Huh? Good little reset. Ah, I couldn't pop it off. I already revived. No. This fun is actually cool now because now I know how to do it now. I mean, it was cool before, but it's more cool now that I know how to kill him. I just got not suck. I mean, you can kill him without using that, but that's hard. It'd take me like 7,000 more hours. Oh, I forgot. I told myself I was going to start with that attack. You can still dodge it though. Or parry it. You're supposed to freaking walk into it. Punk. Yeah, how much damage would it do if I had the spirit? Oh, I would guess like double damage or some shit. Yeah, that's fucking crack. Very logical for me to do. It's freaking parried every single one I've gotten on him. Little beach. Dude, 9 times I've seen this beach parries my sheep. Yeah, that's just freaking rude. Ow. Don't heal when you waha. Waha. What the fuck? Every time you never walk into it. Why do I even try? Try again. Such a freaking punk. Yeah. I like having your shoot against that freaking wall. I can just smack much. Take it back. I'm sorry. I have 3 potions left. This is a no-go. Nice attack, my guy. Yeah. Pretty sure that saved my life. Once again, countless times that has saved my life. Wait, did I? Oh, I guess. Okay. Well, I didn't mean to left click. I guess I accidentally did. Whoopsies. Probably wouldn't die if I did that. Ha ha. Whoopsies. Okay. Ow. Oh, now you don't win. Let me get two. Let's go. I didn't want the free damage anyway. Who needs that, right? Not me. Yeah, jokes, huh? Fucking bad. Well, it doesn't even take me. But I'm over here thinking that takes. Oh, I don't know why I played that. Why do you have pillars here, anyways? Huh? Bro, why do you never walk into that? You used to do it. I'm like pretty sure like 9 times out of 10. What happened? Thank you. Stag you? I swear, you freaking didn't choose me for a second, bro. Saved my life, thank you. Saved my life, thank you. Kind of good. Got lucky with the freaking color. No, sir. Huh? Same left. You're always like one step from getting to it, bro. Every freaking time, like I fucking scheming at you. Thank you. one thing I hate about the attack, bro. It's a little too slow. If it was like a tiny bit faster, bro, in this situation. Good. No. Yeah. Oh God, that was lucky. Holy. Into it. Oh, you fucking punk. Yeah. Getting a little nervous. Oh, you're running, huh? Yeah. Nope. Nope. Haha, beach. Probably not worth having to do that. Ah, I was a little bit off. A little bit. It's in the left thing. Ah, I thought he was doing his overhead. Oh my God, I got his first phase. Okay, have I been to this before? Whoa. I don't think I've been to this before. Whoa. What is this? Whoa. What the frick? Okay, so he teleports. So what? So he just what? Picks and chooses when he wants to frickin' teleport? Where the hell did he go? What the fuck? Yeah. God, what the fuck was that? Oh God! Oh Jesus! Oh my God! Okay. I don't know where's that. I was down. I need to not make a dumb move right now. That's not making a dumb move. Sheet. Okay, no, this is actually doable if I'm fucking not dumb here. See, the thing that sucks is that after this fight, bro, I'm not going to ever get to this point. I didn't mean to do that. hell wasn't right there? Holy shit. God, I might kill him right now. I might kill him right now. Oh my god, I might kill him right now. Holy shit. He's dead. He's dead. I thought this was a third. I thought I was getting trolled, but that took way too freaking long for that to show up. So you're telling me I killed this beach in 42 minutes? Say 40 minutes because I didn't start until 3 or 5. Or no, I started at 5. Well, 3 or 5. So you can tell me that I find out how OP this freaking slash is without even any spirit and killed this beach. Wow. Alright. Wow. Wow. That was a sick ass fight. That was freaking sick. I got hella freaking lucky, bro. I don't know if it was luck. So okay, so you're telling me the first time I get to his second phase, I kill him, dude. So okay, what were the new moves? Like he had the jumping thing that shoot out the 4 shurikens, or the freaking want to call them. Then he had the freaking owl where he could teleport. Then he had the freaking fire owl, dude. It's what, 3 new moves? I didn't get hit once by that fire owl, and then somehow I. Wow. Okay. I'm very surprised with myself. Couldn't tell. Very surprised. I'm gonna have fun. What's it called? English. I'm gonna have fun recording that. That was sick. Okay, so I did say at the start of the stream, I'm not quite sure what to do after this point because my carry's not here, and I don't know shit about anything that's happening. I mean, I do, but you know, this. Because I don't know if we're going into the final boss right now or if we're doing, I think we're doing an optional thing. I am going to restore, because I've died a lot. Even though I'm probably going to die from this new boss anyways, but. Okay, so I believe that we're going to leave this here today. And then the rest of the stream, we're going to either. Do I want to play both maps? No, I don't have it set up, dude. I haven't. I'm itching to play Assassin's Creed. So the rest of the stream today, we're gonna be playing Assassin's Creed. What is it? I don't even know. God, what is it called? It's not Unity, is it? I think no, it is Unity. So yeah, if anyone's watching right now, I'm sorry to disappoint if you like watching this game, but I don't want to mess anything up because we're trying to get the actually at this point I don't think I can get the bad ending. I think we're going for good first and bad. But I know this will be the first game I do New Game Plus on, so that's fun. But yes, we are gonna switch over. I know people don't like watching this game that much, but I bought a bundle of this game because I had an itch of playing all the Assassin's Creeds. I don't want to waste some money. Plus, I do